welcome to Quick Gunpla view. This is my airbrush. You can take a look. I just got this airbrush from Amazon. The cost is about 30 something, 40 something Canadian dollar. It's pretty cheap. And let's look at the airbrush itself. It's a very standard one. So we got a plastic head, we got a chamber for paint, and there's valve. The air can go through that. The valve controls it, and this is the control button. And there's a screw here to tighten the pin. And you can control from the back as well. So besides that, in this set, what do we have? We have this little device that will keep the moisture away. So the moisture will be trapped here, so you won't have some water. Even if the moisture in the air is high, it won't affect it. Or you can use this hose, so you can attach it to your air compressor. The other end, you can attach it to the airbrush, so you can use it. And this also comes with another two set of pins. The hose, 0.3 and 0.5 mm. It comes with the pin and the head. So one set is 0.5 mm. The other set is 0.3 mm. So that means that another set is in the airbrush. That one is 0.2. So besides that, what do we have? We have a key. This key can take the head off, and another quick connect. So if you use it, it's good. If not, then just leave it. It's very easy to use, but you need to have proper adapter. Besides that, you have this to squeeze some drops. And also you have two sets of cleaning tool. One set is wire. So if you got different size, the smallest to the biggest. Another set is brushes. So basically, I just use the smallest brush because this is most handy one. For the others, I probably cannot use it much. Yeah, it's very useful to clean the airbrush. Also, we have another tool to clean it. This is a pin. This is to cleaning the head. It's very, very fine and pointy. Be careful. So this is about the set that I have. Okay, let's try to take this apart. First of all, we take the cap off. So this is a chamber for the paint. And then we can twist this container off. So it's a very simple screw, so you can just screw it out. And this screw, we can screw it out so that we can take the pin out. See, the pin is stuck because I used it before and I didn't clean it properly. So how can we do that? How can we clean it? So we can use some tool to force it out. But be careful because the pin is very fine. Just be careful, don't bend it, because once it's bent, then it's useless. So just slightly move it out. So that's why usually if we don't clean up properly, then we have this problem. Look at this. In this pin, we can see a lot of paint still there, so I need to wash it again. But just use the thinner and it will come off very easily. Now this button, we can take it off. And we can screw this screw. This screw has a spring that can push the button to make sure it's tight, so we can control the flow of the paint. So just a little bit of time to screw it out. As you can see, I still got some paint there, but there's a spring here. It will have the force to push the button back. Now we take the cap off. We because the pin is not there, we don't need to protect it. So this head can be twisted off, and this is a set of head and pin. So this is 0.2. If you have 0.5, you have another set. Look at this head. So we need to use the key comes with the set. Do anti-clockwise to screw it out. Be careful, don't use extreme force, because my 0.5 is dead because I use too much force, especially after a few months. This metal will be tired and it will break easily. This is also another screw that we can screw it out. If you screw it out, you can see there's a little hole in both ends. So the air will go through this to the head. Do we need to mesh the holes? No, because there's a little chamber there, so that the air can go through it anyway, even if you screw it tight. So basically, this is the airbrush. So as I mentioned before, I break my 0.5, and you can look at this. This top one is the broken one. The bottom one is the okay one. So now we are going to talk about a good friend of your airbrush. This USB air compressor. This is a USB one. It's pretty good. It's good for beginners because it's light, it's cheap. You can just use it, just plug it in, and it's portable. If you try to airbrush some very fine stuff, very good stuff, this is not the way to go. You need to have a big compressor to have a bigger PSI. But for normal Gunpla work, this will just works fine. So you just plug it in, charge it for 30 minutes, then you can probably use it for 20 minutes. And the problem is that you need to charge it frequently, otherwise the PSI, the pressure, will not be hard enough to do the work. But you can use a power bank to hook it up. And this is the moisturizer. Usually I will attach it. Why? I'll show you why later. So just screw it up. The reason why I need that is because the air compressor will get hot very easily. If you don't have this buffer space, your hand will be very hot. It's like burning your hand. So if you screw the airbrush on top of it, when you hold it, you don't actually holding the compressor, so it won't burn your hand. Usually I hold the airbrush like this way, or the other way. If without the moisturizer you're holding this part, it's very hot, so it's better to have the moisturizer to be a buffer, and this plastic will be a very good insulator. You can do brush in both way, but I prefer this, holding it like that. If you're holding it like this way, it's a bit too heavy for you to spin around. If you hold it like this, you can control it very well because your whole hand is holding the airbrush. This is the way I do airbrush. We will talk about next topic soon. Thank you.